let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh boy. They out there calling niggas dinosaurs and shit. That's cute. I'm about to get a little cute though. They think I can't get cute out this bitch. I'm still speaking incomplete sentences. Still speaking inky and a little in Genesis for real. Believe deep within the nemesis, don't wanna kill, but you see them tweak on a pill and go on a drill crash. Crashing, pass from unharnessed passion. Demons in the pigs make them jump cliffs splashing. Unsealing seals get them nodding off crashing. Pass from unharnessed passion. Cracks in the glass from my ill-gotten past. Went out with the trash, I stay deleting my trash bin. Titty talks often, sometimes I'm an ass man. African and Latin preferred if you're asking, but it ain't about race. Pale cheeks, sudden smashed it. Shocked the shit out me, carrying that patent. The joy on my stick when I'm tackling her Madden. Like a maddened madman. If she say fast, I'm fasting. Can't possibly know what you asking. I though. You can get the pipe slow or get it so right, yo. Bad on that ass, get removed like a lipo. Selfie stick extend, looking like a lipo. Slide it back in after you download my light code. Still expressing my animal. Watching anime while you're edging on the camera. Your cake anime and in the cold stamina. Paying Apple Pay. Are you crashing? What I mean to say is you spending the night, I'm a motherfucking bachelor. Even though my credentials convey I'm a master. Still, you might hear him say, he's over the hill. What? He can't be for real. What? He gon' need a pill. What? How he playin' fuck, marry, kill. Ain't nobody fuck, marry, but still. I'm still keeping it real. When keeping it real is no longer real. You gon' shuffle to this shit, what's the deal? You gon' come over for dick or just chill? Either way still, look at your bill. Look at mine, classic, Cadillac DeVille. You're looking like a meal on wheels, on the rail. Blowing pennies match, that ain't blue, that's teal. That ain't no TV, baby, that's a real. An astral projector for Netflix, chill. I can make a spatula, act like a grill. Abracadabra, dab with a deal. Have your pennies slide off your ass and your feels. From laughter, chiropractor, that's a skill. I'm a pterodactyl with the bills. I'm a Thurman Thomas with the bills. I go after commas like a zero with zero tolerance for shills. I just build like a guard body in the 80s. Born real, a meal for the mills. A general with kills. Medals on my jacket. Pick which you consolidate a deal. Gossip get the going like we're fucking and we might. I heard trolls can't stand a light, but I was born on a full moon. We aight. Live long enough, you're the villain in somebody else's plight. Still, you might hear them say, he's over the hill. He can't be for real. He gon' need a pill. How he playin' fuck, marry, kill. Ain't nobody fuck, marry, but still. Still, keeping it real. When keeping it real is no longer real. You gon' shuffle to this shit, what's the deal? You gon' come over for dick or just chill? Either way still. That's for y'all trying to say I couldn't be cute. Like I couldn't be a gentleman or something. I still said some vulgar shit, true indeed.
Come on in. I see a few of y'all are here already. That's awesome. As Happy Sky would say, that's awesome. I like the word awesome too. It's pretty cool. Awesome's pretty awesome. All right, but yo, what's going on, everybody? Let's get to it. Glad you could be here. Whoever's here. I will be doing a live podcast tonight as well. I'm just dropping in earlier to do this forecast. I'm a couple of days late. Bear with me, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, I am here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. And I'm going to basically describe the Scorpio season. So when I say the Scorpio season, what I mean is the aspects, all right? So in astrology, we have something called aspects. Aspects are when two planets are between a certain amount of degrees apart from each other. And based on the range of degrees they are apart or close to each other, they reflect an angle or like an angel, but they reflect an angle, which is a perception, if you will. So these two planets, based upon their characteristics, they'll basically have a conversation. That's the best way that I can explain it to you. An aspect is a conversation between two angels, and they're trying to influence, they're trying to lead, they're trying to assist, or they're trying to highlight some things for the individual who is in tune. All right? They're not forcing you. However, should you find some thoughts going through your head and maybe be like, oh, those are not my thoughts, those are somebody else's thoughts, that might be the angel's thoughts. Just think of it that type of way. You know what I mean? Jupiter and Mercury might be having a conversation in your head, but they're part of you because they were placed somewhere where you were born. I hope that makes sense to y'all, but that's like the simplest way that I could break down aspects and what is going to be described right here, right now. All right? So we're going to begin with the sun, which is in Scorpio right now, conjunct Mercury, which will also be is in Scorpio as well. But this aspect does not begin until November 12th, and it ends November 20th. So if you're live with me right now, you might want to get a notebook just so you can take these notes in case you don't want to go replay this video later on again. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got one of those elephant memories, cool. Awesome. You know what I mean? But basically, the sun conjunct Scorpio. Conjunct means intensity, all right? So you may have verbal conversations with people about how many minutes? About sex. I'm like, yo, how many minutes are we in? You know what I mean? The sun is still up. But for real, you may have verbal conversations about sex between November 12th and the 20th. You may have already began having them, but they won't be as intense as they will coming up November 12th, between the 12th and the 20th of November. All right. And not for nothing, they may be based upon, how should I say? No matter of fact, I'm going to just leave that alone. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll wait to describe in another aspect to break that down for you. But I can tell you this. The discussion may pertain to the objectifying of whether you are male or female. It doesn't matter. Males get objectified too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the conversation may lead towards something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? How in the dating scene, or even if you are a couple or y'all are married or something like that, there may be some, objectifying of each other's bodies, or, some type of obsessions that occur. Apart from that, there can be, or should I say, expect discussions revolving around research. Research can be a wide range of different things, right? It could be a myriad of things. That is up to you. And I should have said this earlier, but whatever houses these signs are in for you, they paint a bigger picture. I can't necessarily say how it's going to result, or how the result is going to be, because I don't, I'm just doing this in general, not personally, so that I could tap into all of y'all classes. You know what I'm saying? Miss Lady T, what's going on, ma? Happy to see you. You know what I mean? Thanks for dropping by, tuning in. I'm just doing a forecast right now for the Scorpio season. You're still early. So the Mercury conjunct sun. So the sun is going to be shedding light on things that also have to deal with the psychology of people's minds and mentalities right now. So you may also be having discussions. There's more than likely going to be a lot of political discussions going on. So again, between the 12th and the 20th, be very aware that the conversations that you have, now I see people having fallouts with their friends all over the place behind this political stuff. This intensity is going to intensify between the 12th and the 20th. I'm giving you a heads up right now. Love is love. My love is love. But the psychology of people's minds is going to be on the forefront more than likely when you're having these conversations. Oh, the people are like this, or the people are like that, or this is a psyop, or, going deep, talking about the depths of things, And sometimes you can't always have that conversation with everybody, which also brings me to secrets. You might be discussing secrets with someone. Nah, what's good? Coming in peace, right? Shout out to Nana. What's good with you? Round of applause for Nana. You know what I mean? So you may be, and this may be the reveal. I wouldn't say the revealing of secrets. Let me rephrase that. This is going to be more than likely the discussion of secrets. But Scorpio secrets, please don't mind that, because when you don't call or text before you come, you just don't get let in. You don't get buzzed in or none of that. That's how I rock. People know I got a Pluto in the first house. Don't surprise me. I do not like surprises. Anyway, moving right along. What was I talking about? Secrets. So, speaking about Pluto, right? But secrets ruling over Scorpio as well. You may have discussions about secrets. So when I say reveal secrets, it might be someone's going to tell you a secret that they have, that you, or basically something that you did not know of beforehand. Before this, you didn't know this upcoming, if it didn't happen already, right? It could be happening within the next few hours, you know? But I'm telling you, between the 12th and the 20th of November, the intensity or the pressing, the feeling, the type of pressure to actually tell you a secret is going to be intensified between that time. So they're probably just gathering up the goal or the confidence to be able to tell you this thing that they feel that they need to tell you, and vice versa. You might be wanting to share a secret with someone as well. But Scorpio secrets are the type of secrets that are between two people. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be more. It could be a group of people, but only that group of people know it. These are not widespread secrets. These are things that are kept under wraps. I think what's the date? The date is, correct me if I'm wrong, is it either the 8th or the 20th? What's the date? Oh, you're right. But if it's past the 8th, if it's the 8th, then, but those discussions can still linger. You know what I'm saying? Those discussions could still linger after the president is chosen, and then, things might even get really intensified because of that conjunction. You understand what I'm saying? Even more maybe because of the president being selected by that time. Just bought a new car, starting my new job. All right, as a teacher. Oh, shit. You gotta clap for the good news. I love the good news. That's what I'm talking about. All that. That's what's up. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What else? Let's get to the next aspect. Well, yeah, let me say this before I go on too. Like, Scorpio rules over the things that Scorpio rules over. So we're talking about secrets. We're talking about shared assets, or at least sharing assets with one other person, right? Life after marriage, life after the bond, after the deal is solidified, so to speak. Mortgages, a lot of different financial vehicles, everything insurance related, the IRS, taxes, reptiles, sewers. And if you don't want to narrate it as directly as reptiles and alligators and shit, right, then you can say pretty much murky waters, things that you or a few may, bars, I'm fucking nice, you or a few may know, but everyone else doesn't know. So again, those types of secrets, right? I think it's November 8th too. So be aware of that. What else? Being a hero, like, heroism, but also vengeance, revenge, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? The other side of it, the other extreme side of Scorpio energy. You know what I mean? Obsession is ruled by Scorpio. And go ahead, y'all get in the comment section and remind me if I missed something about Scorpio. But y'all know the gist, right? So the sun also trines Saturn in Pisces. The sun in Scorpio trines Saturn in Pisces between October 28th and November 12th. A trine aspect is something that brings luck. It brings ease, y'all. So these types of things should fall into your lap. Pause. But they will. They come to you easily. Pause. So again, the light being on in Scorpio, which is the sun, right? Having vision or being able to see things Scorpio related in connection with things relative to Pisces. So the waters could get even murkier, but I would say the work and the work ethic is going to be more in depth. All right. And you've probably been going through a time of when it wasn't just so simple to get into the depths of things. Like, let's say you're doing some research. You wanted to do some research on books, or through books, excuse me, on things such as finances, right? Shared finances. You want to do some research on things like that, shared finances. You probably got the textbooks inside your bookcase right now, but you just haven't gotten the time to get to it. This trine is going to present the time. Bars, I'm nice. We already know that. The album can drop whenever. I'm still going to be nice. And this trine is going to enable you a better time, a more easy flowing time to be able to address that research. Some of you can also be doing research on spirituality during this trine, because you've been wanting to catch up on things like that. It's been on the back of your mind. Again, it's one of these things that have been on the back of your mind, but you got to recall that Saturn is in retrograde. You know what I mean? So it's also plays into why you'd be catching this trine at a time that supports you wanting to do this research, because whatever this research is that you'll be doing has something to do with the bigger picture, especially when Saturn goes back direct, which is, I had the date for that jotted down somewhere. November 16th, Saturn will be going back direct. So take a mental note of that, jot it down right now if you can. Saturn will be going back direct on November 16th. So it can also be relative to matters that are health related. Some of y'all might want to check on your lymph nodes. Some of y'all might want to get your blood checked just in general, and then research. Look at the things that are on your blood report, because I know I'm just guessing. Let me not say I know, like, y'all just look at your blood report and be like, oh, I'm positive this, or you know what I'm saying, negative that, or I'm B positive or blood type, and that's all you look at. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this, I be researching minds. So I say that to say this. You might actually start looking at those big words on your blood report when it come back, and just start Googling and AI, whatever you got to do, and just go in, because you'll learn some, can't say, should I say this? But yeah, I'm going to say it. Some holistic things that can really impact you in a positive way, should you research those things that has those numbers next to it with the decimals and all that. That's Scorpio, because Scorpio rules over research. That's one thing I left out. Scorpio rules over research. So this would be an opportune time to do that type of research as well. Some of y'all who are musicians, some of y'all who are film directors, creators, content creators, and things of that nature, bars are nice. Y'all will also have a great opportunity to have some fun, lighten the load a little bit. Pause. That's crazy work. Between October 28th and November 12th as well. You can get some things done. It'll be fun. Bars. We already know what I'm about to say. Fucking nice. Now, the sun is Scorpio, of course, is also trine Mars in Cancer during November 3rd to November 5th. This is very short-lived. So, I wouldn't say to get too excited and, crazy about this, but it will nonetheless be a trine. So you may get a little window open to be passionate about someone. And I'm saying someone because, Scorpio has that, it rules over the sharing, being coupled with another person, right? So with Mars being in Cancer, you may have a highlight moment to where you can be passionate with someone, and it may just be sex. I'm just keeping it a being. However you choose to do it, we're going to get into that in a little minute, because there's different ways. You know what I'm saying? But but either that, or it could be an argument. Let's not, and it might be, when I say an argument with a trine, yes, it could possibly be that, but it can be uplifting. It can be healing. It could be, yo, what happened with us? Or what's going on with us? What's up with you? You quiet? Yo, it might be some jealous things going on, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And just be like, yo, you might just need to clear the air about something. And it might not be what you think it is, because Scorpio does rule over suspicion. You know what I mean? seeking people, reading people and shit like that. So, you know, I'm not saying Scorpio energy is not accurate or it's not or it can't be accurate. All I'm saying is sometimes it can be off. So sometimes you might be suspecting some shit that's really not going on. But the more that you keep it bottled in and you don't say anything about it, you can expect perhaps when this trine comes to say something. And because now that you know it's a trine, it's probably the best time to say it because it's going to, you know, gel well, pretty much. Now, Sun in Scorpio is also opposition Uranus right now, and that's what I wanted to talk about. It's going to be opposing Uranus until, pause, that's crazy work too, November 9th, but it goes into Sagittarius season as well, so we're going to be talking about this come Sagittarius season as well. So this opposition is telling you to be focused and to concentrate on, first, things that are sexual, matters that are sexual, and compare and contrast, or not even necessarily compare and contrast, but weigh it out with technology. What does sex and technology have in common these days? For those of you who are on the dating apps, for those of you who are fucking people off the dating apps, I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying? How's that going for you? How's swiping right going for you? How is webcamming going for y'all? How is perhaps being more lonely than you ever was going for you? Because yeah, you got your phone, you got your computer, and you get to contact all of these people at any given moment, but how's your face-to-face in person life going? You understand what I'm saying? And let's say you're more of the introvert kind and you're like, I don't give a fuck about face-to-face being in person. Still in all, how is your ability to even still go out and do certain things, whether it's laundry? I don't know if some of y'all do laundry or food shopping, or you go to a museum, anything. Are you still doing anything? These are things that you are more than likely going to be pondering. You may also be researching things that are electronic, that are digital. Some of y'all might be into Web 3.0, coding. I know somebody who recently just got they got hired. They went to school for the whole AI thing and now they got hired. So some of y'all could be into that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the light is going to be on there to understand how sex and relationships, shared resources are being, I guess you could say, diverted to electronics instead of so tangible. This is a real thing right now. There's going to be a strong focus on that with that opposition. You know what I mean? So the opposition aspect is like a light switch. You know what I'm saying? You could turn it off. You could ignore all of the electronic stuff if you want and just stay on the Scorpio side of things, you know, which is just more getting into the books, just learning about it. You don't got to be hands-on with it. You might not like technology like that. You may say, fuck them robots that homeboy is building, you know what I mean? And you're going to go to the cafe and kick it with people face-to-face. Whatever. You're going to go to the bar, you're going to find a date instead of swiping right. Whatever floats your boat. But that's what the opposition is. You get to choose which one, or you get to, you know, play double dutch with the shit. It's up to you. What else we got? We got Mercury and Scorpio, sextile Mars and Cancer between October 26th and November 11th. All right. Today's the 25th, so this begins tomorrow. So this is going to be more communication about family matters, family ties. All right. There may be an opportunity to reconcile some type of, exactly, happy sky phone sex. You know what I mean? Why did I just say it? But yeah, there are other ways, and those other ways are phone sex. Yes, they are. You know, no judging. I'm just keeping it a bean. You know what I mean? Bars. But you know, this technology. This shit is, you know. And yeah, it's keeping some of it. Like I had a discussion not too long ago, right? I ain't gonna even get too detailed with it, but let's just say sometimes being face to face ain't what it's cracked up to be. And I know that sounds crazy, but it probably sounds crazy if you're in a rush to live life and you think like, you know what I mean? You got to do everything right now, and you just been under anxious pressure for the longest. Because look, the type of structure we've been raised in. You know what I'm saying? But All of us wasn't raised when the internet was, you know what I mean? We wasn't born. I wasn't born when the internet was out, is my point. So for some of us, it means different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have fun or you could explore more bars with this whole internet thing and getting on the phone and be like, yo, so, you know what I mean? Do that thing, whistle. I want to hear you whistle. Like, go eat a burger or something. I want to hear you chew, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain shit like that. So this whole, you might get the opportunity, sextile is an opportunity aspect. So you might get the opportunity to reconcile something with the family unit. You know what I'm saying? It might be a family member that come back around that you've been into it with, and they might want to say peace or, you know, let bygones be bygones. I'm not saying because it's an opportunity that you have to give into it, you know? Like I said, the planets is not going to force you. But don't be surprised if the opportunity does present itself. And if so, it might be because somebody's secrets were revealed. Like somebody who thought they was this, but really had some skeletons in their closet. They was really that. They got outed because, again, with the sun being in Scorpio, the secrets that have been kept and held for a while can be exposed because the light is on there. You understand what I'm saying? So you could be the best at keeping secrets, and somebody might just caught some body language one day or seen a little slip in the inbox, or, you know what I'm saying? I just seen a video where dude was showing his girl the tears in his eyes. She zoomed in on the pic and seen who was in the room with him by looking through the pupil in his eyes and seeing who he was looking at, which was another bitch. You understand what I'm saying? So caught him, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was another broad. I ain't really look at the rest of the thing, but stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, an opportunity. There may be even be an opportunity. Some of y'all are in shared families and stuff like that. So maybe an opportunity to step it up more in that area, you know what I'm saying? Or play a bigger role, or, you know, feel more secure in that relationship dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Because Scorpio is about that, you know, wanting to be a part of something and have something to hold on to. So that type of bond may be discussed during this time as well. Again, that's the 26th, between the 26th and the 11th. You might get some nurturing from a significant other during that time as well. Now, Mercury and Scorpio trining Saturn in Pisces between now and the 28th. Another short-lived aspect, all right? But nonetheless, harmonious, all right? Very harmonious when it comes to your thoughts and the things that you want to manifest, the bigger picture of things, the things that you dream about. They're actually connecting right now. They're resonating. I felt it when I woke up. I just felt in tune completely. Like, I definitely got up on the right side of the bed. Like, it's just been going that way. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel that, because for those of you who have been doing the work in Pisces, you understand what I'm saying? Also has to do with yourself. So for those of you who have like maybe lost a little, not even lost a little bit of confidence, but like feeling like it's taking a long time for something to occur, like you're going to be more enlightened with this trine. Right, exactly. Yay. Trines, yay. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel more confident about the things that you've been working on during this trine, you know? So you're going to get like little glimpses and downloads of things like, oh, someone's going to remind you, whether it's an email that you come across that was starred, or, you know what I mean, put over here, and you see it, you'll be like, oh, I almost forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to get a surprise email that, you know, that connects to what it is that you were working on relative to your dreams, that type of work. You know what I'm saying? Communication also coming in from people who give a fuck about your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Now, Mercury and Scorpio, I already spoke about that already, right? The opposition against Taurus, right? Spoke about that. Mercury, Scorpio, trine, Neptune, Mercury, Scorpio, sextile Pluto, excuse me. Let me move this up so I stop. All right. Mercury and Scorpio, sextile Pluto inside of Capricorn. Now, this is giving you the opportunity to have some important discussions revolving around work and work ethic. Now, you may not have the conversation. Let's say, because, you know, Scorpio can be a very closed off energy as well. So Mercury being in Scorpio does not automatically mean that you're going to be kicking it with everybody, kumbaya around the fire type shit. You know what I'm saying? In all actuality, you might just be having by yourself meetings. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it with yourself because you like speaking to geniuses and shit like that. So you might be watching YouTube videos about certain topics or whatever the case may be. You may see things being excavated in the land of Capricorn. It's happening right now. I don't mean to detail all of that. We don't even got it. It's all over the place when you look. And that's why Pluto spent the block again. Pluto doubled back in Capricorn. Like, wait, I'm about to be out of here for real, but I want to show y'all something else real quick in case y'all forgot what I was doing over here last time. Look again. So this Mercury and Scorpio sextile Pluto is going to be showing you the opportunity that you have to not make the same mistakes that others have been making when it comes to power. It's going to be significantly focused on people who took shortcuts. Now use your imagination. You can come up with a bunch of things that reflects a person taking a shortcut or what have you. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it's because you got the power. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to do it when you got that power, but you know, power can be a hell of a drug too, B. And you can abuse it, or you can also feel like, especially when things are Capricorn related, right? Recognition, status, achievement. You can feel like Saturn being in Pisces, it might be a little restraint on your dreams, the bigger picture. You might feel like, fuck that, I don't want to wait, you know? So whatever power you got right now, you feel like you could strike and you could, yo, happy you are loose. You feel like you could strike, right? And get something off, get one up on somebody or a group of people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You may feel like you can bamboozle somebody, you could sell them some snake oil or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, it's going to work for you, but it's no telling how long that shortcut is going to work for you. That's what this sextile is showing you. Now, that opportunity can go both ways. It could be showing you the opportunity that says, yeah, go ahead. You know, you might hear those thoughts again. Them thoughts that be in our heads, they be the transits of the planets, bars, and fucking nice. But you know, it's up to you to grab them from the ether and put them into motion. So you might get that down and be like, yo, you know what? I could get over on such and such and so right now, you know? Whatever the case may be, because it's a power grab. Power grabs. You might snatch the power grab and be like, yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those, and take advantage of it. But again, that's an opportunity, right? But who knows how long the opportunity is going to be. I'm not saying what's good or bad. You make that own decision for yourself. Now, Venus being in Sagittarius is opposing Jupiter in Gemini in 3 more days, October 28th up until November 10th. What this is saying, this is a rather important, all of the aspects are important, but this is something that you should really be paying attention to, this Venus opposing Jupiter. They both the benefits, right? These are the wealth planets, the money planets, the expanding planets. This is for the bigger picture and stuff, right? But they're opposing each other right now. So this is going to be the time for you to ask yourself why. You might even find a definition of why a Venus would oppose a Jupiter, right? And what this is basically saying is interaction is going to be on this side, where expanding is going to be on that side. How much do you value the interaction revolving around higher education, people who just possess more intelligence? Don't think that we're all equal out here. I'm sorry to say. I don't mean to sound harsh or condescending. I'm just keeping it a being. We're not all equal out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to do something. You understand what I'm saying? And somebody knows how to do that thing, to put it in lame's terms, right? So how much do you value the interaction of people who are highly skilled or highly educated, have a different perspective, different perception than you, to the point where you're actually learning from them? And how much do they value that interaction, that you are actually a student on some level, but also have the potential to teach them something because of the mere fact that you have a different perspective and perception than them. Are they open to that as well? You understand what I'm saying? In contrast to you or someone else or another party forcing themselves onto people in a communicative way. So this is how you'll know the emphasis of this aspect is when someone is only giving you surface level information, but they are trying to push it so hard on you. Pause, that's crazy. But they're trying to push it so hard that it's just like, you can tell like, yo, you're doing a bit too much right now. And this lacks depth. This lacks experience and wisdom. This is not well cultured. It wasn't well thought out. You're just blurting words out, and you're really doing too much to the point where it's off-putting and you pick up on it, right? So although you may see that those types of entities are actually winning like economically right now, or at least it looks that way because of their reach, their ability for their message to be pervasive, just because you see that, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. You might instead value the mere interaction with maybe just one other person, right? You may value, especially those of you who are in the education system. You just said you just got something in education, right? You may value that. This is a great example of what I'm saying. This is like a trace of this aspect. Nana says she just got an education gig. So you may value the interactions on a smaller level, and it doesn't matter if you're making 6 figures for teaching this particular thing. The point is that you're teaching it and you value that interaction over going into cheers and everybody knows your name. You understand what I'm saying? Type shit. This also will give you an opportunity to see where there's more value. I want to say that there's more. Yeah, I'm going to just say it. That there's more value. I got to keep it a being, yo. That there's more value in the wisdom of ideas articulated and put into action than there is expanding on ideas that are just merely ideas. So if you hear people talking on podcasts and stuff like that, and they're just talking ideas, they may seem like they're even friends at the particular moment. What you might come to find out later, and more, we might be able to come back at this video. What you might find out later is that they weren't even friends. They were just acquaintances sitting down, kicking it. And the person who initiated the idea is probably, it's going to look like they set them up the whole entire time, behaving like they wanted to include them in what they had going on mentally. But it's a double-edged sword because it's Gemini energy. And the difference in Gemini energy is that one twin sees things as divided and the other twin sees things as a whole. If you think I'm bullshitting, just look at the components of the brain, the right brain and the left brain. One side is analytical, the other one is creative. One side sees division, the other side sees creation as a whole. So when you're having these types of intellectual conversations, and at one moment you feel like, oh, everything is whole, to the point where I could have this conversation with someone who's just a mere acquaintance, but the energy could be so high, it might feel like they're your friend. But when you come to find out, if that person steals your blueprint or steals your idea, copyrights, trademarks your idea, and next thing you know, they got it over there, bars, then you realize that wasn't your friend. That was just your acquaintance that you was kicking it with. And then you got to go, you got to do that Gemini shit on their ass. Like, yo, hold on. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like waking up one day. It's kind of like being a billionaire and then you say something, then you wake up one day and you're no longer a billionaire. You get my drift? Moving right along. Nonetheless, like I said, it's an important aspect. Venus in Sagittarius squaring Saturn in Pisces, which is happening right now. This is going to be going on until November 4th. So check this out, right? This is more about valuing the interaction. It could be just 2 people or it could be more on philosophy larger way of life, maybe even a different way of life as well. Freedom might be at hand here, to where you just want to be a freedom fighter, or you just want to walk to the beat of your own drum, and you're not really gelling well with people who are still, I don't want to say dependent, but reliant, which is pretty much the same thing, right? But you're trying to steer away from them. Not that you're judging them. You understand their way of life as well. You understand where they come from. You might have even been there before. So it's not one of those. You're just trying to steer clear of that energy, because of the path that you're taking is more about freedom. So there's an obstacle here, there, because you might still have to do some things that fall under the guise of structure. But with Saturn being in retrograde, it's telling you to really just look at that, because although it's an obstacle, the obstacle may actually be that you're not pushing hard enough to overcome that structure. Pause. You get what I'm saying? Not that you still have to be under the confines of it, or you have to go back to a 9 to 5 when you just became a solopreneur. It's like, nah, you just scared because Saturn is there. But Saturn going retrograde is telling you, well, look, let's take a step back and revise the plan. Revise the plan, because it might be something that you're doing as a solopreneur that you're just not doing efficient enough. It might take a little bit more work. Don't let that scare you either. That's what the square Venus square Saturn thing is about. Because if Saturn, these two planets don't really get along like that. But they can get a whole lot done, especially when squares, because they get to live the energy that they want to live anyway. Like, yo, it's a square, it's an obstacle. So let's do it now. Let's duke it out now. Let's have this challenge now. So Saturn's going to be like, okay, you want to be free. And I say Saturn, not Saturn and Venus, but Saturn and Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? You want to be free. You want to live the free life. All right. Put a little bit more work ethic, hone it, tilt it, rearrange something, and then take off. You know what I'm saying? Because the love is there. You just got to be sure that the partners that you're involved with, yeah, you might have to do a little bit more harder work. You know what I'm saying, Happy Sky? And really, I'm looking at it like you probably just got to do more work. The work is probably not even going to be harder, but you just got to do more work, and you can see, because Saturn is going to pump the brakes later on anyway. That's what Saturn does. I was just having this conversation yesterday with somebody, or last night. Yeah, last night, same shit. And I was like, yo, it's like, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm good. I was like, yo, I felt like, I be hard on myself, you know what I'm saying? Pause, but I be hard on myself to the point where I'm just like, yo, I felt kind of messed up, because I feel like I should be up and doing something. But in all actuality, I got up Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, I did so much work on, Tuesday and Wednesday, that my work week was pretty much done. So I'm like, I got to remind myself of that. So that's how Saturn could be. Like, yo, Saturn rules over restraint. So sometimes, Happy, right, when we say hard work, we do mean Saturn when we say hard work, but what we really mean is doing work ethic, putting emphasis on it repetitiously. But Saturn's a motherfucker, right? Saturn will also pump the brakes on you, like, yo, slow down. And you could be confused, like, yo, but I thought you wanted me to work. I thought I was supposed to be working. It's just like, you want to be a boss or not? Do you want to be the boss or not? Because Saturn overall is the boss. Recognition, status, authority. What parts have we forgot about that? So that's what Saturn squaring Venus is going to be saying. Look, do the type of work that enables you to have harmony. Venus is harmony and balance. So when Saturn does show restraint, oh, that's time for you to stop working and go lay up with homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Go lay up with homeboy. Go suck some titties or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point of this shit, right? Go chill with your family. The opposition of where Saturn rules naturally. You get what I'm saying? So that's what that aspect is for. Again, that's now until November 4th. Take full advantage. Squares, you can take full advantage of. It's not the end of the world. Now, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, squaring Neptune and Pisces right now up until November 16th. All right. This is also I would say, a beneficial aspect. Again, a square, but this gives you the opportunity to take action on something if you don't have to, right? You could sit this one out. If you intuitively feel that you should sit this square out, sit it out. All right. And I say that even more because Neptune being in Pisces, you might just have that hunch, that sixth sense hunch. Why go against your intuition? I wouldn't suggest it, but that's on that end. But if you do feel like you might be delulu a little bit too much about a situation, or someone could be trying to pull a fast one on you with Jupiter. Why am I saying Jupiter? Wait a minute. Yeah, I knew I was bugging. Scratch that. What I mean to say is Jupiter and Gemini, y'all. Pardon me. I'm glad I caught that. Yeesh. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Something's off about that. Jupiter and Gemini, excuse me, y'all, squaring Saturn and Pisces right now. So it's telling you, okay, someone might be trying to pull a fast one. Still, someone might be trying to pull a fast one on you. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to come across that way. You're going to be able to detect it. All right. And they may be the one that is actually delusional. And you usually deemed, I can't say you, I feel like I'm talking to Pisces right now. My bad, y'all. But for those of you who know what the Piscean energy is like, and Neptune being there. So it's kind of like, I'm pretty sure every sign has experienced this, that you're hell bent on something that you refuse to see another way because you feel like you're actually spiritually guided to that path to do this one thing, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're the chosen one to do this, to the point where people call you delusional. You may see that you're actually right and the other person is delusional. Or the other person is going to be trying to tell you, hey, are you open to this? Suggest an idea to you. Just having the word Sagittarius here is bugging me out. Suggest the idea to you like, hey, this just came to mind because I know you're trying to do such and such. Have you ever considered this? And they actually trying to like give you an idea that pertains to the bigger picture as well. Because we got to remember, Jupiter is the modern ruler of Pisces. So it's going to get along well in this square just for that. You know what I'm saying? But if you overlook it and you say, nah, man, I ain't with that shit, then you could possibly, fall short on something as well. But again, use your intuition. You don't got to be impressionable about it either, because sometimes Neptune can do that as well. So be on the lookout for unconditional love right now. That might be an issue between now and November and 16th. You might really have to read into someone and say, you know what, I'm going to trust my better judgment on this and say no. All of that, again, kumbaya around the fire shit, it might be a no for somebody. Especially, this is how you know. If they're trying to force it on you and it doesn't have the in-depth either emotion for you to connect to it or just the knowledge. Pisces is a very widespread, knowledgeable sign. So if they don't come with the depth, you might just be like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. Thank you, but no thank you. If you even go there. Some of y'all, I got the feeling are just going to leave certain shit on read or, you know what I'm saying? Read, whatever, however the fuck that shit go. All right. You got scanned twice already. That's a fucking shame. Damn happy. But that's what I'm talking about. That's probably pertaining to this aspect that I'm talking about right now. Don't be clicking those links, don't PayPal links, or those Amazon links. Yeah, we got this gift for you for $450. Yeah, right, nigga. Like, don't, especially the usual suspects. They getting more clever now too. Don't get it fucked up. They coming up with new shit all of the time, but definitely don't do none of those. The hoes that's in the stories and the inboxes and shit, like, yo, I got my motherfucking Dropbox, $15 and all that. Like, take it easy. Pump your brakes around this time at least. You know what I'm saying? If that's your thing, that's what you're into, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, during that square, I advise to pump your brakes on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you fuck around and find out you might click something over there that you ain't supposed to click, or And, it's probably really not even digitally related. So I don't know why I keep saying like click something or whatever the case may be. But a lot of our interactions do take place over the net these days. This is more along the lines of something that's a way of life or a philosophy. You know what I'm saying? So if someone is trying to like preach to you, teach to you, yo, you should do it like this, you should do it like that. That's what I'm saying, to be more watchful of or mindful of and use your intuition when it comes to that. Where was I? Okay, so Jupiter in Gemini is also squaring Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces, right? From now into Sagittarius season. Now, this is the clash of the Titans, Jupiter and Saturn. All right? So this is where they get to square off and say, yo, look, you want to do something? Here goes an idea to add on to your bigger picture. Utilize it to implement into your bigger picture idea. See how it goes. But I would advise that if you get the gut feeling that you should wait, it's more than likely because Saturn is in retrograde during this time. So it doesn't mean that the idea is not well placed. It does not mean that the person who says it to you is not well intended. They probably are. It's just that you have to revamp or revise something relative to the work structure of that bigger picture idea. This could also be related to health in some type of way. But you need something to be revised in order for it to go correctly. And more than likely, you should wait until Saturn goes back retrograde. But that doesn't mean to not make the revision. You understand what I'm saying? When you get the break and you get the time to make the revision, identify what it is. And this person, I feel like it's going to be a person that tells you, or it could come in like a flash of a download that assists you and shows you of what it is that needs to be done. You're going to know, especially now that you've heard this, you're going to know what it is. Make the revision in that moment, and then, should I say, publicize it when Saturn goes direct again. November 16th, y'all. Remember that date. November 16th, Saturn goes direct. Now, Uranus and Taurus, sextile Neptune and Pisces. This aspect is going on into Sagittarius season. This is telling you how to, or suggesting to you how to do a couple of things. One of those things is implementing technology into whatever your biggest dream is right now. So let's say with that one thing that you wanted to happen for like forever. I don't care how this dream of yours could have been for years, from years ago, right? Whatever it is, find out, or there's going to be information relative to technology that's going to amplify this on a level that you couldn't even fathom. And if you can't grasp it, you're thinking too small. You're not being future oriented. And then trust me, I know some people they trying to live that Amish life. They trying to go off the grid. I get it. They not feeling homeboy with the robot pussy and all that out there. You know, trying to match make us with these robot bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I mean? However, don't think that you can't come up with an idea or a business plan or some type of structure to where a robot or something technological can assist you in your idea. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that fly over your head. This aspect is going to be for some time. These are generational planets, so this is going to be applied to a generational shift. Now, this may have been subtle for some of you if you're not in those industries, if you're not into tech like that. This is going to be subtle regardless, but yeah, I would say if you're not into tech like that, if you are into tech and things of that nature, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about right now. But for those of you who have been working on your bigger picture, especially with Saturn and Pisces, you might be under the impression that you don't need technology, or that you can't really see how to benefit from it because Saturn is basically about the earthly structure of things. You know what I'm saying? So you might be trying to, you know, I say it would be like parallel to like infamous chain of restaurants or something, expanding and making more locations and more locations, when it's like, yo, the economy is not even going that way. It's going the other way. It's been for some time now. You should actually be downsizing and making larger units or putting them in mall strips instead of making their own locations. You know what I'm saying? Especially in high drug traffic zones and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like the old structure, you're overlooking the new way. It's an opportunity to get assistance for those of you who are more with the actually hiring somebody to do the customer service, when you can implement AI, could take a whole lot of the workload off. And again, I know some of y'all are like, no, this is not right. Some of y'all are like, yo, that's the devil's work and yada 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 yada. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what the aspect holds. So that's Uranus and Taurus, sextile Neptune. Also, when it comes to finances as well. Yeah, DoorDash type shit. You know what I'm saying? All of those companies that came up like that, all of the gig joints and stuff like that, you might find gig work that actually suits you. Opportunities where gig work actually suits you. So some of y'all I know are entrepreneurs, and y'all have problems with authority, right? So like again, like I was saying, some of us don't want to go back to 9 to 5s. But some of us might be feeling that other aspect that I discussed earlier and might be like, yo, but I have to. You know what I'm saying? If you look a little closer, you may find some alternative stuff. Like Happy said, with the DoorDash type stuff, them gig spot joints, you might find something that's right up your alley. You never would have thought. You might have always shunned that shit off. Like, nah, like maybe it's beneath you or they don't pay enough or whatever the case may be. But now you stumbled on this thing and you like, oh shit, I could do this. And oh shit, that's where the extra money gonna come from for me to finance my dream. So think finances as well. Uranus falling in Taurus isn't twisted terrible. It's having a tough time, but it's really making a breakthrough. It's forward thinking no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You go get your digital money, B, is basically what I'm saying, and find out how to make it tangible. If you want to, you can always convert your digits into cash, if that's your thing, or you can turn it into an asset, however you choose to go about doing it. You can go shopping, whatever, you can go pat your girl on the butt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Moon and Taurus type energy. It's not the moon, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Go get comfy, go get cozy. Now, Uranus and Taurus trining Pluto as well right now in Capricorn, and this goes into the Sagittarius season. This is also telling y'all to be, I'd say this just, boom, flash into my mind. Look out for money laundering. So some of y'all, maybe I ain't trying to say that's how you got scanned, Happy, but you might got scanned by a launderer, or they out there. There's some money laundering shit going on, and it might just hit the news in a few days or during, I'm telling you. Like, because that wouldn't have just popped up in my head for no reason. But Uranus being in Taurus, again, Taurus is the money sign. I tell you what's a good reflection of this right now is, fuck it, I'm gonna say it is publicized anyway already. TD Bank just got caught up for what, 3 billion? 3 Bs. So think about that shit, right? For money laundering, and you know what I'm saying? Think about that shit for a minute. So y'all might be like, yo, but it's a trine. How in the fuck is you talking about a trine is good? And look at the news. That is good because corruption has gotten exposed. Pluto is strange that way because Pluto is the actual lord of the underworld, right? So like I said earlier in another aspect, someone's going to take that shortcut and be the risk taker and the rule breaker and say, man, fuck that. I got the power, the opportunity to take power right now is here. I'm using it. Fuck is the use of having power if you're not going to use it? So somebody took that power and laundered 3 billion in TD, and somebody in them banks in TD helped them do it. And Pluto, in the same fucking breath, excavates. It digs stuff up. It reveals. It breaks shit to pieces. So at the same time, it exposed the whole fucking thing. That is a trine. That's luck. because you might have been none the wiser. We all was none the wiser. We ain't know, yeah, this shit happens sometimes, but at that level, that just also shows you what's really going on. Pay attention to what's going on in not just the operations of business, right, y'all, but what's going on in government. I'm telling you right now, there's something suspicious about, see, there's levels to this shit. There's something suspicious about them keys to the city. I just had a dream the other night about a key too. I should have looked it up, found out what a key is, y'all. I forgot what a key means in a dream. But I find it pretty peculiar that every time someone's handed a key to the city now, something wild bananas happens like right after. So when I say it's levels to this shit, I mean the levels, the branches of government, to where it's being shown and revealed. Again, I told you, Pluto double back. Pluto like, yo, hold on, hold my beer. I'm about to show y'all something. Hold my fucking beer real quick. I come back to show y'all something. And now you see like, yo, what? Why would they get a key to the city? And I don't mean to laugh at people's pain. I'm just telling you the fucking forecast. You know what I'm saying? I'm a reporter on the stars, B. And the forecast is showing like, oh shit. There's levels to this shit to the point. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. And the list goes on. I don't know if you've seen something new that just happened too, Happy. And it's just like, yo, hold up. So it's levels to the shit. Yeah, shit may happen on a city level. Shit may happen on a state level. And then the next thing you know, the big dogs come out. Once the federal level get on, it's like, oh shit. I was telling somebody a few days ago too, I was conversing with them like, yo, everybody thinking weed is legal. Yeah, different branches, different levels. It's levels to this shit. The states, you know, the city cooperate with the state. Okay, it's legal in this state. It's legal in that state. It's legal in that state. Make sure you don't cross state lines because different states got different rules, and it's an unfolding of that, right? But weed ain't legal on a federal level, B. So when y'all be like, yo, I thought it was legal. Why are people still getting locked up for this, that, and the third? Listen, there's some pockets that ain't clear yet. There's some pockets that ain't clear yet. This is more like a testing ground. It's more like an experiment. So I'm saying that to say this. When you see things like that happen, when people get keys to the city, you like, oh, it's got to be some shady shit going on over there. Because it's kind of like, again, Pluto exposing, digging up the relationships of these people. And you like, how the fuck they didn't know that? Or did they know that? And didn't care because they linked in arms or whatever the case may be. You know, I ain't saying nothing that ain't already been seen. So that part, again, this goes into Sagittarius season, is going to go beyond that as well. So we'll be bringing up this topic again, you know, but it's going to be more simple and easy to see these things. And I would say to take advantage of that because Pluto will be leaving. You know, so when a square comes, it's going to be more of a challenge. It's going to be a two-way street. It's going to be more of a challenge to actually do those types of things, right? So just imagine for those who've had a run for so long and now that shit is going to come to an end for them because of all of this emphasis and this revelation behind these industries. And then on the other side of that, it's for those who devise a new plan, right? Megatron always comes back. Dr. Evil always comes back, right? Dr. Robotnik always comes back. You name them, they always come back, right? They get smarter, they come up with... So it'll be tougher to actually see these types of revelations, at least in these areas, when that time comes of Pluto being inside of Aquarius. And lastly, I got here, y'all. So I know I got y'all here for a minute, right? But this is important. This is important stuff. I'm taking care of y'all for the whole month, B. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could just chill the whole month, bring this back, rewind it as much as you need to. You know what I'm saying? When it's done, I'll actually make some timestamps for y'all because I'll actually be watching it back so I can keep my notes too. You know, this helps me too. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, Neptune in Pisces, sextile, Pluto in Capricorn. This also lasts into Sagittarius season. It's going to go beyond that as well. So this presents an opportunity to identify all of the things that I was just saying about Pluto excavating things in the operations of business, the things in government, and realize that you don't have to be made an example out of, because there have been examples being plucked here, there, everywhere, for you to see how the corruption goes, how the scams and the scandals go, and you get to determine if you want to be on what side or not. It's right there in front of your face. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to structure, for those of you who are especially structuring new things in the business. And not for nothing, you might want to get into philanthropy. Some of y'all might want to start a nonprofit, want to learn how to raise funds and stuff like that. Be aware, be mindful. You got to start shaking hands with politicians and kissing babies and stuff like that. You know, you get a little popular, more popular than you were at least. And then the next thing you know, you get invites to have a sit down with this one, shake hands with that one. Just be more mindful, be more aware. At least you got the information to step into it without it being veiled, because you know Neptune is the veil. So with a sextile Pluto, the veil gets revealed. Bars. But it does. You know what I'm saying? So you can go in there with clarity, more confidence, ultimately, right? When you see the inner workings actually being reported on the news. I think I've seen something where somebody was like, yo, I can't believe this shit is happening. Like, the police and the law is actually doing their job. Like, what the fuck is going on out here? You know what I'm saying? I personally think that the shit just got too far out here. Like, it just went beyond, and people been getting away with too much shit lately. Like, say what you want about this country, about this nation, but it ain't been like that, B. So, you know, shocking, yeah, but I guess it was only a matter of time before somebody started like putting their foot down. Now, this can also be an opportunity for us to be, or should I say question, is this what a coup looks like? A coup, excuse me. Is this what a coup looks like when, you know, a branch of government or arm of government gets not blindsided, but ambushed, you know, to where now, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but you know how they got the split division thing going on, that side and this side, right? So it might be like, is this the attack of one side to obliterate them in order to put the one side in power, regime change or whatever the case may be, to where it then becomes a dictatorship? I know that sounds dark and dystopian and fucking, but it's Scorpio season, y'all. And that's why we're having this discussion. It's Scorpio season, so what do you expect? And with that being said, I hope this helps everyone who viewed it. And I will be back tonight going live. Astrology After Dark, Starcast. Going to be talking about Scorpio stuff. We're going to start off with the relationship stuff. Then we're going to get a little bit deeper. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, I'll see y'all there if y'all be there. If not, catch it on the replay. 1.